Alright, so you would have seen my previous video on just kind of my setup here for doing B-12 injections. Now I'm going to attempt to do one on camera here. I've got my iPhone balanced very carefully, so hopefully this works out. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and to be honest, the prep for this is a lot harder than, has a lot more steps than the actual injection. You're going to want to take your vial, and I should also say before this, I've washed my hands with soap and water. You'll want to do that for certain before you start any of this. This cap here, this red cap, just pops off. And you're not going to want to touch that, that top part there, ideally. And this isn't something you have to do, but it's something the nurse at my primary care clinic told me to do. Although she said it's not really necessary as this is sterile, but you can just wipe off the top here with your alcohol swab here. And then the other thing you're going to want to do is wipe off the area that you will be injecting. Usually if you're doing it to yourself, you're probably doing it in your thigh. I did my other thigh last month, and you're supposed to alternate, so I'm alternating. What you're going to be looking for here is this muscle right here, and you're going to be able to feel it when you grab on. You're going to be able to feel that thigh muscle there. So I like to clean a big area just so I have lots to work with depending on where I want to stick it. So just clean off, and the reason I'm doing this now is it'll take a minute for the alcohol to dry, and if you try to inject yourself when the alcohol is still wet, it can sting. So they recommend letting it dry first. So we'll just let that sit for a minute. Taking my needle, again this is a 23 gauge needle, I also have 25 gauge needles. I haven't really noticed a difference, to be honest. Open it up. You're definitely not going to want to touch the needle, it's sterile, so once you're ready to go, don't be messing around with that and getting it contaminated or anything. Let's see. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. The needle actually came off here. There we go. So that's how you should just be removing the cap, not the whole needle. Give you a little. And you're going to want to puncture this only, excuse me, just adjusting here, only once, because you can dull the needle very easily. And so what you're going to do is you're going to stick the needle in, but before you do that, you're going to want to you have to inject as much air into the vial as you're planning on taking liquid out, if that makes sense. So this is going to be, I believe it's 1 cc. So what we do is we pull the plunger back to 1 cc. Just like that. The glare in here is really bad, you can't really see. And then you're going to stick the needle in, right in the middle of the rubber part here. And then you're going to inject all that air into the vial. And what that's going to do is help you get the liquid out. And you'll see it's pushing back on its own. And so you pull the needle out, so you're pulling liquid. So you're getting all that liquid. And then you start pulling back the plunger by yourself. Like I said, it may push out on its own. You may have to pull it. I just kind of try to make sure I've gotten all the liquid out by pulling the syringe out just a bit. Yeah, you can see I'm pulling more now. You just want to make sure you're getting it all, Don't want to leave any in there. Oh, I can still see a little in there, so I'm going to keep pulling. There we go. I think I've got it all now. Okay. Now there's obviously a lot of air in there, so we're going to want to get that out. Again, this stains, so be very careful here. Pushing that liquid back up. You're going to want to wait till you see all that red fill up this little area here. Oh. So yeah, you definitely know there that you've got all the air out. Okay, now back down here. So some people like to pinch, some people don't. Whatever works for you. And then you're going to want to stick the needle all the way in, the whole 1 inch. And then push the plunger. You can go as slow or as fast as you like. And then remove. And you can see I've got a little bit coming out there, so. And I'm bleeding actually a bit, which sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I was not prepared and I didn't have my Band-Aid out beforehand. I would highly recommend having your Band-Aid totally ready when you're preparing, unlike I did. So I'm just going to do that now. Oh, come on. Little technical difficulties here. Let's wipe off the blood with my alcohol swab here. And then put the Band-Aid on. And there you go. That's how you do it. And then when you're all done, you're going to want to make sure that you dispose of your needle. You're going to want to recap it, definitely. Put the cap back on it, and then you're going to want to make sure that you dispose of it and your vial into a proper sharp stick container that you can buy at your pharmacy. And then the one I have, you just mail it in actually once it's full, and it's disposed of with proper biohazard, in accordance with proper biohazard laws and things like that, because it is blood. So make sure that you're disposing of your needles properly. All right, thank you so much.